The worldwide delegitimization of Israel is growing daily. False claims of war crimes, ethnic cleansing, and apartheid are being used to justify boycotts, divestments, and sanctions. To the surprise of many, these same tactics are being applied within Israel itself in a deliberate attempt to undermine the Zionist dream of a Jewish and democratic state from within. This effort is not being led by Israel's Arab neighbors. It is being led by Israeli organizations that are receiving extensive funding from foreign entities such as the European Union, individual European governments, and the American-based New Israel Fund. While many of these NGOs claim that they are supporting Israel, their actions tell a very different story. These organizations launched a battle of ideas aimed at convincing the Israeli public that their country has no right to exist as a Jewish state. But instead of declaring this outright, they have cleverly adopted a strategy of gradual attack and condemnation, with the goal that Israel will eventually surrender to this destructive indoctrination. For example, there are groups that claim Israel is ethnically cleansing the Bedouin Muslims from the Negev, groups that claim Israel has an apartheid policy in Judea and Samaria, and groups that accuse the IDF of committing war crimes in Gaza. Inside Israel, the result of this propaganda is public loss of faith in the justice of Zionism. The slow erosion in the will to fight for a Jewish state means that the miraculous rebirth of a sovereign Jewish people could crumble from within without even a single shot being fired. Fortunately, the threat to Israel's Zionist and Jewish character is being challenged. In just a few years, Im Tirtzu has risen to become one of Israel's most visible and outspoken defenders of Zionism. Today, in a unique grassroots network with branches on Israel's campuses, Im Tirtzu cultivates Zionist leaders for the sake of Israel's future. Im Tirtzu works in two primary ways. First, it strengthens the belief in the justice and the importance of the Zionist cause. This effort might include lectures on campuses, along with the contributions of non-Jewish minorities to the State of Israel. Second, Im Tirtzu opposes those foreign-funded organizations that seek to delegitimize Israel. Im Tirtzu has built an extensive network of more than 6,000 volunteers in Israel and have been actively involved with some of the most important recent efforts to combat Israel's delegitimization.
When the Goldstone report accused Israel of making war crimes and crimes against humanity, it was Im Tirtzu that exposed that 18 radical anti-Israeli organizations, all funded from the New Israel Fund, provided the information. In fact, all those organizations were one.
Im Tirtzu also initiated the campaign to expose these organizations who were advocating the prosecution of IDF officials in foreign courts. Im Tirtzu has also published reports that have revealed anti-Zionist bias in academia, including the highly publicized bias of the Political Science Department at Ben-Gurion University.
During Operation Protective Edge, hundreds of Im Tirtzu volunteers flocked to the south of Israel to help residents file UN petitions against Hamas for their war crimes.
These activities have had a solid impact on both Israeli society and the Israeli government, where Im Tirtzu is highly regarded.
I welcome the activity of Im Tirtzu, of young students who have taken upon themselves spontaneously to begin to return these Zionist values into academia, into public discourse, into public life in Israel. The fact that thousands of students have gathered together, secular and religious alike, for reclaiming and restoring the Zionist ideals, I think this is a great development, one that I support, one that has been long overdue in this country, and one that I think you should support wholeheartedly and generously. Thank you.
It is no coincidence that Im Tirtzu was asked to head the steering committee for the Knesset's caucus on delegitimization of Israel. Im Tirtzu has no choice. It must grow, because the enemies of Zionism in Israel relentlessly seek to intensify their destructive efforts. In order to continue to defend Zionism in Israel, Im Tirtzu needs to attract even more strong and helpful partners. We invite you to become one of them.